Kwok-sing is deaf. Diagnosed with a blood cancer 3 years ago, he needs regular medical appointments. Sign language is his only way to communicate, which can cause difficulties when visiting the doctor.
When I see a doctor, they usually wear a mask, and I do not understand the English terms they write. The nurse also writes some difficult words, and even when I write to the nurse, they do not understand. So it is very difficult to communicate with them.
Mr. Lee has asked friends or sign language interpreters to accompany him at medical appointments so he can communicate better with clinic staff. However, he lives in a remote area, which means he cannot always get someone to accompany him. Non-profit social service organisation Silence has developed the mobile application SSLIA, which stands for Silent Sign Language Interpretation App. It uses video to provide an instant sign language interpretation service. An interpreter can help a deaf person to ask for directions on the street.
Excuse me, sir, this person is deaf. Can you please direct him to the nearest MTR station?
The interpreter can also help the user report the loss of property or make a phone call.
Most users ask us to help them make a call. For example, someone calls them many times, but as the user cannot hear, they do not know the purpose of the call. They can use the app to make a video call to us, and then ask us to call the caller. Sometimes they forget they have ordered something, so it is delivery men who are calling them.
The app's creator, Chan Siu, has helped the deaf for more than 2 decades, rushing to all sectors of town to give assistance. He found that just having a sign language interpreter was not enough in Hong Kong. He came up with the idea of using technology to provide instant sign language interpretation services via video calls.
I have been called out to help in cases in which police were involved. I had to take a taxi immediately to the home of the deaf person to help them communicate with the police officers. But sometimes I could not get there in time, or I was too busy to help. Because few people can interpret sign language, I came up with the idea of developing this mobile app.
SSLIA is one of the apps funded by the Office of the Government Chief Information Officer. The government has been accepting applications for the Digital Inclusion Mobile Apps Funding Scheme since 2012. It helps non-profit social service organisations develop mobile apps that cater to the needs of the underprivileged.